Should I sell when my flat has reached MOP? Minimum occupation period refers to the 5 years you are supposed to live in a flat you purchase before you are allowed to sell it in the open market. MOP applies to all HDB flats regardless of whether they are BTO or resale. If you wish to purchase private property, you can do so only after you fulfill the 5 years MOP. This year is a bumper year as more than 20,000 HDB flats will MOP in 2021. It's common for many sellers to sell their 5 years freshly MOP flat, as this will usually fetch the highest possible price as the flat is still very new and has the longest possible remaining lease. The top reasons for homeowners to sell their newly MOP flats are: firstly, HDB flats fetch the highest possible resale value after 5 years MOP. 2. HDB upgraders wish to use the proceeds from the newly MOP flat to finance their condo upgrade. And number 3, as the family size grows, they need more space for the children. So, should you sell your newly MOP flat in 2021? If your flat has reached MOP or is going to reach MOP soon, you may be wondering what's the next move and if you should sell the flat. Assuming demand remains the same, with the large supply of new resale flats entering the market this year, then theoretically the prices will drop. In 2020, much to everyone's surprise, the demand for residential property remains robust. In fact, the pandemic seems to have increased demand for HDB resale flats because of delays in BTO launches, more people working from home, and an increased desire for more space due to everyone working and schooling from home. As a result, resale HDB flats price increased by 5% last year. In 2021, this upward trend is expected to continue as we see a lot more cases with cash overvaluation. As the COVID-19 pandemic continues, the delays in construction for BTO flats continue to push buyers to the resale market in order to avoid uncertainty. Additionally, more people may opt to purchase a resale HDB flat instead of a private condo as a way of being more financially conservative during times of economic instability. If you're wondering whether you should sell once your flat has reached MOP, then the big question you need to ask yourself is, how long will the current value hold before it starts to depreciate and newer flats around you also reaches MOP? You can research on the pricing of nearby flats which have MOP 5 years back and check on the pricing back then and now. This should provide you an insight of how the value of your flat will change and fluctuate 5 years later. A newly MOP flat usually commands the highest possible price during the first 1 to 2 years after MOP. Thereafter, it will start to depreciate year after year. Typically, we see profits of around 100 to 200,000 and up to 300,000 in some locations. It's important to note that this may not be the full cash proceeds, as you will need to take into account CPF usage, which has to be paid back into the CPF account along with accrued interest. You will also need to take note of how much cash and CPF funds are required for the next property purchase. A few months ago, we helped a couple sell their newly MOP flat in Sengkang and upgrade to a private property without touching their cash savings. After doing detailed financial calculations for them, they were very surprised to know that they could actually afford a condo without overstretching their finances. With a combined income of $10,000 and after selling their flat for $495,000, they had sufficient funds to pay for the down payment of the new 2-bedroom private condo at $1.1 million without touching their cash savings. If you're unsure about your options, you can get in touch with us and we can work out the numbers for you with no obligations. That's all from me today. I'm Lynette from Singapore Home Insider. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.